Lana. Long time no see. What's it been? 8 years?
Allison? What do you want?
What kind of greeting is that? Aren't you happy to hear from your dear little sister?
What kind of greeting were you expecting from someone whose last words to you were, "Never contact me again"?
Wow, somebody's grumpy today.
Spit it out, Allison. What do you want? I don't have the time or patience to just chat with you.
Okay, geez. Must be that time of the month.
You have 30 seconds before I block your number.
Ugh, this is exactly why men don't like you, Lana.
15 seconds.
Your husband's name is Harry, right?
Yeah? And?
I remember him from your wedding. And at that time, I thought, if he's interested in you, he's probably not at all that great of a catch. So I didn't give him much thought. But about 6 months ago, I just so happened to see you walking together with him in the park. And when I saw him, wow, he's actually really, really hot. So the next day, I met up with him at a hotel. And we've been seeing each other 3 times a week ever since.
I see. I figured that's what this was about.
Wait, aren't you surprised?
Our divorce was just finalized today. Apparently, he met the love of his life and needed to live his truth. So it was you, huh? I guess that makes sense.
Oh, I guess I don't have to explain it then. That saves me a bunch of time, LMAO.
It is what it is. I've already got a new place to live set up, and I'm gonna move my stuff in tomorrow morning. So if you're gonna move in with him, do it tomorrow afternoon.
Roger that. Man, you don't have any luck, do you? I'm prettier than you, more charming than you. Our parents love me more than you. You must have known that. You left home right after graduating from high school. And now it's happening to you again. Harry chose me over you as his true love. So, now you're getting pushed out of another house where no one loves you. Don't worry, I'll take real good care of Harry for you. Allison! You never told me there was a kid!
Oh, yeah, her. Wait, you really didn't know?
No! When I brought my stuff to Harry's house this afternoon, there was some little girl watching TV in the living room.
The girl with a bob haircut and a mole on her chin?
Yes! That girl!
That's Harry's daughter, Natalie.
What's the deal here? Don't kids always go with their moms in a divorce?
Not always. In our case, it made sense for Natalie to stay with Harry, so she did. If you want more details, go ask Harry yourself. It's none of my concern anymore.
Hold on. You mean I'm gonna have to deal with this kid in the house? She's just gonna get in my way!
If you don't like it, you can always break up with him.
We got married today.
That was fast. Well, I'm busy moving into my new place, so I'm gonna go.
Lana, you have to do something about this. You take the kid. How are we supposed to enjoy our life as newlyweds with some kid in the way? Lana, you have some explaining to do.
What now, Allison?
What's this about us having to move out by the end of the month? I like this house. I don't want to move. What's going on? It's our second day married and there's been nothing but problems.
Oh, you poor, poor thing.
Stop mocking me and start giving me some answers.
Ugh, Harry always was one to leave out the most important details.
What do you mean?
That house is actually employee housing owned by the company I work for.
Really?
I'm the employee, and I moved out. Did you think my company would just let him keep living there? There's a new manager starting next month who needs the house.
This is the worst.
Oh, and by the way, employees only have to pay 20% of the market rate for rent. Just so you don't get surprised when you see how much rent is due this month now that I'm gone.
Great. I guess we'll just have to move into employee housing from Harry's company.
Well, they don't have employee housing.
They don't?
So you'll just have to find an apartment and pay rent like the rest of us.
How much is the rent going to be this month?
We were paying $300 while I was there, so multiply that by 5.
$1,500?
Wow, I'm impressed, Allison. Did you do that math in your head? I don't know what kind of place you had in mind, but on just Harry's income, you're probably gonna have to settle for something a lot smaller than that house.
No way!
And you should probably have a talk with Harry and Natalie about how you're gonna handle your lowered standard of living.
What do you mean?
Just so you know, when we were going through the divorce settlement, it was decided that I would get all of our savings as compensation for his infidelity. So Harry's gonna be pretty hard up for money for the foreseeable future.
No savings?
Also, his salary was lower than mine.
It was? Why is this happening to me?
I gotta get back to unpacking. Good luck with Harry.
Hey, wait!
Goodbye.
Hey, Lana, didn't you forget something? Something really important?
Did I leave something behind in the house?
No, not something, someone.
What?
Child support.
Child support?
You gotta pay child support for Natalie. She's your kid, so pay up. You'll be hearing from my lawyer soon enough. Let's see, $200,000 should be enough.
I'm not paying a cent.
Excuse me?
Allison, I have no legal obligation to pay child support for Natalie.
But you're her mother.
Ugh, didn't Harry tell you anything?
Tell me what?
I don't believe this. First, go ask Harry about Natalie. This is something for him to explain, not me.
Huh? Hey, Lana, what gives? You still haven't paid the child support you owe. Don't you feel bad for abandoning your own child like this? You deadbeat mom, LOL.
Ugh! Allison, I don't owe any child support.
Harry says we should get as much as we can from you. He's on my side. So hurry up and wire the $200,000, deadbeat.
Why don't you tell that to Natalie's mom?
But you're Natalie's mom.
Ugh, you two really were meant for each other. An inept lying nincompoop and his brain-dead ditzy mistress.
Would you please stop insulting me and tell me what's going on?
Fine. Really, it's Harry who should be telling you this, but since you both seem to have the communication skills of a rotten banana, I'll tell you.
So tell me already.
Natalie isn't my child.
What?
Nothing against Natalie, but she's Harry's love child.
You mean he?
Yes, she's the daughter of Harry's first mistress. About a year ago, Child Protective Services came to Harry and said that her mother disappeared, so Harry was responsible for her. That was the first time I heard about Natalie's existence.
That sounds like a bad soap opera plot.
That's why I've been going back and forth about divorcing him for the past year. It wasn't Natalie's fault. I felt bad for her. So I cooked her meals, did her laundry, all that stuff. But for all intents and purposes, Harry and my relationship has been over for some time now.
Then why did you only divorce recently?
That's on Harry. He knew that divorcing me would mean losing my income in our house. So he wouldn't agree to the divorce, and our relationship was at a stalemate. But then, out of the blue, who should come along but you, Allison?
Me?
Once Harry met the love of his life, he suddenly became much more motivated to divorce me. Which brings us to where we are now.
Wait, don't tell me. Are you glad I took Harry from you? Are you happy that you got divorced?
Yep. But back to the topic at hand. I never legally adopted Natalie, so we have no official relationship, legal or otherwise. Harry always had sole custody of her. So, now that we're divorced, I have no legal obligation to pay child support for her.
No! Come on! I thought we could use Natalie to get money out of you. Now what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I figured that's what all this was about.
Hey, Lana. We moved into a cheap studio apartment the other day. We all have to sleep in the same room, so I can't have any adult time with Harry. I don't have any privacy. Natalie doesn't listen to a thing I say. I hate this.
Sounds like you should just divorce him.
But I don't have anywhere else to go.
Uh-oh. Let me guess. Mom and Dad told you not to marry your sister's ex-husband. You did it anyway, and now they've cut you off. I bet Dad threw in a pot shot at me like, "Don't go chasing after your worthless sister's used goods," or something like that.
How did you know?
That's just about the only reason I could think of for you not being able to go back and live with Mom and Dad again.
Lana, can I divorce Harry and come live with you?
Nope.
Why not?
I'm moving into company housing again. Only their employees and their spouses are allowed.
You're the only person I can count on. Please, you have to help me.
Allison, have you ever thought of just getting a job yourself?
Why would I do that?
If you can't make ends meet on one income, what other choice do you have?
But I don't wanna.
You have two choices. Choice number 1, divorce Harry and get a job. Choice number 2, stay married to Harry and get a job.
Is there a third choice?
This is what you get for being a spoiled brat who's never had to work a day in her life.
Hey, that's not true. I have so worked a day in my life.
Ah, yes, that one day when you showed up to work and quit an hour later? I hope you can last longer than that this time around.
Lana, please.
You're gonna have to get yourself out of this mess. Bye-bye. A few months after my divorce, my parents called me for the first time in about 10 years. They graciously invited me to move back in with them and take care of them once they got too old to take care of themselves. I guess they were planning on having Allison take care of them, and they only asked me since she wasn't an option anymore. I said no and hung up. Also, apparently Allison is infertile. I guess she should have thought twice about messing around with so many guys in her younger years. Those chickens came home to roost. When Harry found out, he divorced her right away and kicked her out of their apartment the next day. She tried running home crying to our parents, but they were still mad at her for marrying Harry against their wishes and sent her packing. I haven't heard or seen anything of her since then.
You're getting married, Ruby? Without even getting my permission first? Since when did you become so high and mighty?
What? How do you know about the wedding?
What do you mean now? I got an invitation. Do you really want my attention that much? You really are childish. This isn't going to do anything, you know.
What are you talking about? I don't need any of your attention. There's no way I would send an invitation to you people. I've already cut ties. I don't remember sending an invitation either.
Then what is it? Are you going to say that it was delivered by mistake? That's going a bit too far, even if you are an attention seeker.
My fiance's mother was probably the one who sent it. Even though I told her about a relationship and that I wouldn't send an invitation. She probably thinks we should make up or something. She keeps saying that you're my mother related by blood and won't listen. She probably sent the invitation anyways without telling me. It's not for me, so just throw it away, okay?
Oh, is that so? Fine. To be honest, I was kind of baffled when I received this invitation. I don't consider you an ugly, useless brat my daughter anymore after all. My adorable Kristen's my only daughter now.
Yeah. You told me this before. Me, who took after my father, is a failure. And Kristen, who took after you, is a success, right?
Right. Not only that, but Kristen graduated medical school and is now a doctor at a large hospital. You're nothing compared to her.
Yes, I get it. Thanks to that, we were treated differently by you as well. Kristen would get an omelet for dinner, while I only got canned food. My clothes were all hand-me-downs from our neighbors, while Kristen's were all new. My bedroom was the closet, while Kristen got an actual bedroom that was huge. With school as well, you stopped paying for tuition once I graduated from middle school. So I had to go to a school with financial support and a dormitory, even though you paid for all of Kristen's expenses all the way until she graduated medical school.
Obviously. Why would I invest money on an ugly brat that can't even do anything? We're not going to help you with your marriage in any way, shape, or form. You won't even get a wedding gift from us. When Kristen gets married, though, we'll make sure she gets a grand wedding.
I wasn't expecting you to help from the start. It seems you're as mean as ever. That's why Dad left you.
What? What do you mean by that?
It means exactly what it says. Dad didn't like how you treated us so differently, which is why he left at the same time I entered high school. You keep telling me that I'm a failure, but don't you have a failed marriage yourself?
What? Just who do you think you are talking to? You act all proud, but you're nothing. There's no way I'll come to this shabby wedding of yours. I'm not going to call your children my grandchildren either.
But don't you have a failed marriage yourself? You don't have to come, and you don't have to be their grandmother either. I'll make an excuse to tell my mother-in-law as to why you won't come. Bye.
That's what happened. And to think I went out of my way to contact her. You think she's rude too, right, Kristen?
Ruby's so rude. Maybe she's acting all high and mighty because she's getting married. Not only is she ugly, but she's rude too. I feel so bad for you, Mom.
You're my only daughter, Kristen. That failure is making me feel annoyed.
But is it true that that pig's getting married? It has to be a lie. Even if it is true, the fiancé must be even uglier than her, lol.
I can't believe it. To think that ugly failure would get married before you did.
That's it. I have a good idea. I'll come to that bitch's wedding and make a huge mess.
Oh. What's your plan? What?
I'm still technically her sister, so I should be able to get in easily, right? I'll come to the wedding and spill wine on her dress or something, or maybe even seduce her fiancé, lol. I'm way hotter than her, so it should be easy. The marriage might even be canceled. I was thinking something like this. What do you think? Sounds fun, right?
Wow, that does sound like a lot of fun. That's my daughter.
My higher-ups at the hospital are absent on the day of the wedding, so it should be fine if I skip work for just half a day, lol. I'll just head over quickly and ruin the wedding.
Oh, while you're at it, why not wear a white dress to the occasion?
Oh, for real? LOL? We're going to go that far?
Say something like, I thought it was my wedding, so I came in a white dress. I'll prepare the dress for you. Take a good look at that ugly bitch's face.
All right. Leave it to me, Mom.
Congratulations on your wedding today, Ruby. Have fun.
What? Why are you suddenly so kind?
What do you mean? Can I not congratulate you for your wedding?
You have no right to congratulate me. Are you planning something?
You never really were a lovable daughter. Never mind. I'm not coming to today's wedding, but Kristen will be there for the reception, so say hi. She's going to be a bit late since she had to prepare.
What? This is my first time hearing this. She wasn't supposed to get an invitation either.
She's trying to make up for me not being able to go. Kristen's a kind person. Unlike you. You know how busy she is, right? She's taking time off work just to see you. You should be grateful.
Listen to me. It's rude to barge into a wedding without an invitation. Just what are you two up to?
You'll find out sooner or later. Just leave a seat open for her, okay? I'm sure you'll be surprised.
Is that so? Fine. I'll tell the people at the front. Just asking, but does Kristen know anyone from the wedding?
How should I know? I don't even care who your fiancé is.
Oh, I pity her then.
Mom, what should I do? It wasn't supposed to be like this.
What's wrong? Did you get a good look at her ugly face? She must have been even uglier when we last saw her.
I don't have time for that right now, Mom. It's unbelievable.
What is it?
Ruby's fiancé. It's the son of the hospital director.
What?
The son of the director of the hospital I work at, i.e. the next director of the hospital. Everyone here is a high-ranking member of the hospital staff. I even saw my boss back there.
Isn't that a bad thing?
That's putting it lightly. I know everyone here, so they recognized me immediately. What should I do? I won't be able to go to work from tomorrow. There's no way I'll be able to get off with just a scolding. They already know I skipped work. And if rumor spreads, I won't be able to work as a doctor anymore.
But...
Mom, what should I do? I got out of there as soon as possible, but my boss keeps calling me. What should I do, Mom?
I don't know. This is your mess. I'm not the one who went to the wedding, so it's not my problem. Do something about it on your own.
What? You're the one who told me to come wearing a white dress. You agreed to me barging in on our wedding. I only did what you told me to. It's your fault I got into this mess. Do something about this, Mom.
Shut up. I'm not the one to blame. This was all your idea. This is none of my business.
What? You're so mean. Mom! Don't leave me! Mom?
Missed call. Hey, will you stop ignoring my texts? Answer the phone.
That's quite a lot of text you sent me. I've never seen this many before.
Hey, what's your deal? What were you doing until now?
I went out with some acquaintances. It was fun. Today was an amazing day.
What's amazing about it? It's been a terrible day for me. Kristen won't come out of her room. She won't even answer her phone. I have no idea what to do anymore.
Well, she did just reveal to her colleagues what she's actually like. To think that Kristen would barge into the wedding with a wedding dress. It was worse than I was imagining, so it actually made me laugh.
So is what Kristen said true? You're marrying the hospital director's son?
Yes, he's going to be the director after his father. I'm working at a pharmaceutical company currently. That's how we met.
Why didn't you tell me sooner? If I had known, this wouldn't have happened.
Why did I need to tell you? Didn't we cut ties?